Господине Хуба, ве молам кажете ми нешто повеќе за Европскиот Институт за Иновации и Технологии, кој го представувате денеска во Скопје.
EIT is there since more than 10 years. It's a specialized body of the European Union, and it's to support innovation, to boost innovation in all the countries. So we have seen that to the development of Europe, it's very, very important to be innovative, and we see that all the other countries in the world, so US, Japan, China, all of them are having a very high budget for innovation, and we would like to compete with them. And this is the reason that we are having a special body to boost innovation and to support it.
Може ли да кажете нешто повеќе во врска со искуството на Македонија во соработката со овој Европски институт за иновации и технологии, имајќи на ум дека Македонија многу бавно го оди патот за полноправно членство во Европската унија?
So we are very happy to have already some partners in North Macedonia, and we are working with them together. However, we would like to have more of them, and because of that we are establishing now the EIT Community Risk Hub in North Macedonia, just to show our offering to the local stakeholder, just to show what kind of opportunities are there, supported by EIT and supported by Horizon Europe. And we would like to welcome them to join to our community and to be involved in international projects.
Спомнавте дека во Македонија имате неколку партнери, може нешто по-конкретно да ни кажете за нив, за областите во кои е соработката, за сумите кои се потрошени, односно помогнати од страна на Европскиот институт за иновации и технологија?
So I'm from EIT Urban Mobility, and I representing now the whole community, whole KIC community. I know that the other KICs are having already 5 partners in North Macedonia. We invested already 800,000 euro in North Macedonia. We are having already product on the market which is coming from North Macedonia. We supported already 4 startups from North Macedonia, but they are not connected to EIT Urban Mobility. Therefore, I don't know them, but I hope that we will have much more in the near future.
Спомнавте сума од 800.000 евра, дали станува збор за неповратна помош или за кредит?
It's a 800,000 euro grant, so we are granting projects, we are supporting startups, and we are supporting also educational programs.
Дали тоа што сме само земја кандидат за членство ни е предност, односно слабост во однос на сумите кои ни се достапни од страна на Европскиот институт за иновации и технологии и кои институтот ни ги става на располагање?
You are having already full right to apply to all our calls. So it means that you will not have later on more possibility, but you are having already now all possibilities. However, some of the countries are called RISC countries, Regional Innovation Scheme countries, which are classified by the Innovation Scoreboard and which are by the innovation performance below the average, are having some special tools. This is the RISC program, and in this program you are very much welcome, and you are having also special opportunities to start actions.
Значи, ако кандидатскиот статус не ни е пречка во однос на сумите кои Европскиот институт за иновации и технологии ни ги става на располагање, зошто сумата е толку мала и немаме поголемо искуство во соработка со овој Европски институт кој, како што рековте, постои повеќе од 10 години?
In a lot of cases we see that the connection is missing. So of course, if you want to apply for an international project, it's very important to have all the partners, to have the trust, to have the knowledge with each other. And I think this is missing in a lot of countries, in a lot of Eastern European countries and South European countries. And we would like to support that with our community building actions.
Тогаш, кој е начинот, која е стратегијата, постои ли метод со кој може да се подобри она што не чини во моментов, во однос на комуникацијата, како што спомнавте, за да ситуацијата биде подобрена не само во Македонија, туку и во некои други источни земји, источноевропски земји, како што споменавте?
There are different tools to support these countries. As said, in the Regional Innovation Scheme, we are starting special educational programs, but also special startup support programs, and we are giving also special conditions for the stakeholders coming from the risk countries to be involved in innovation programs. So in all the programs, you are welcome and you are having very special conditions. However, of course, the first task is the awareness raising. So we should deliver the knowledge. We should transform all the information where you can be involved, how you can be involved, and which topics are interesting for you. Maybe in some cases you are not having a very sophisticated equipment for experimenting. So maybe you are having not so good chances to compete with Western European countries, but maybe in other cases you can invent very easy solutions, and it can be adopted and scaled up in different countries. So we are not just looking for very high-level research, but we would like to support products going on the market. And in most of the cases, the simple products are more successful than the very sophisticated products.
Дали мислите дека назначувањето на национален секретар на Европскиот Институт за Иновации и Технологии во Македонија ќе подобри ситуацијата, ќе придонесе кон подобра комуникација помеѓу чинителите во Македонија, како што рековте, образовните институции, универзитетите пред се, бизнис заедницата и телата на владата?
I hope we can contribute. So, of course, the EIT funding is not enough to change the research network and to the innovation ecosystem of a whole country. But we are having already some experience with other countries, and we can map the gaps, and by some of the gaps we can bridge them with some special programs. And it's also very important that you will have a kind of one-stop shop for all the EIT programs. On that way, you are having an expert locally who can help you, who can support you, how to apply, in which program to apply, what kind of programs are existing at all. So I hope that if there are active partners in the innovation, we can help them and they can be part of our community.
Дали имате некаква цел до кое ниво би требало да стасаме како земја во наредните неколку години во однос на сумите кои се трошат како грантови за иновации и кои Европскиот институт би ни ги ставил на располагање?
So we are running competitive calls, European calls, which means that you have to apply and you have to be good in the evaluation. It means that we are not having any target for any of the countries. We are having a budget for whole Europe, and we would like to use this budget in whole Europe. However, if there are countries which were not in our portfolio until now, and they are having good projects, so we are very happy to support them, and on that way you are having also a small advantage because you are having a special attention.
Би можеле ли да споделите некој успешен пример на некоја земја, членка на Европската Унија, која значително ја зголемила сумата на пари искористени за иновации кои Европскиот институт ги ставил на располагање?
Yes, of course. So we have seen in Spain and in Italy that they are very good progressing, and they are having a lot of success in our programs. So we are supporting them, but since they are very improved and using very good these tools, so they are not anymore in the focus of the Regional Innovation Scheme. However, it's not just about the money, it's about the knowledge and the network. And I would like to mention you one example. For example, in Malta, in my program, Malta is a ideal country for bicycling because it's flat, it's small, it's sunny, you are not having any rain, but the Malta ecosystem is very much car-driven. So 95% of the travels are happening with the private car. And one of the reasons is that they are not having the bicycle roads. And of course, if you are not having a bicycle road, you don't feel safe to make a trip with the bike. And they are not having the bicycle roads because they are not having the knowledge how to plan bicycle lanes. So of course they are planning highways, but they are not having the experience how to plan the bicycle tracks. And we teamed up with some Dutch engineer offices and with Dutch companies who are having a very long tradition with bicycling. And these teams are going to Malta, and these teams are supporting the professional training of the planners. And on that way, the Malta ecosystem will have more bicycle roads because the planners know how to do it, and they are getting all the knowledge from the Dutch engineers. On that way, they can also avoid the mistakes which were made 20 years, 30 years before in Netherlands.
Има ли некакви резултати во однос на поправање на работите? Спомнавте 95% од населението во Малта се превезува со автомобил, или се уште е рано за резултати?
We are in the building process, so these bicycle roads will be built now by these experts who are now trained. But we are doing also awareness raising actions, and by these awareness raising actions there are coming a lot of people with bicycles, and it's very promising, and we hope that it will have a long-term impact.
Ни дадовте одличен пример со Малта. Дали можеби веќе го детектиравте и клучната слабост во Македонија, на која и треба помош од страна на Европскиот Институт за Иновации и Технологии, што може да биде подобрена и поправена на овој начин, каков што го споменавте со Малта, например?
So we are starting in North Macedonia now, so maybe we have to learn different things, but mainly in the Eastern European countries, what we see that lack of financing and access to financing is a huge problem, and also the entrepreneurial career is maybe not so appealing because you are having a much more safe job in a big company. And if you are preferring safety, maybe you are going to a big company. But of course, small startups are the ones who are having the big inventions, and because of that, we are trying to educate people that don't be afraid. So start an entrepreneurial career, and you can have success.
Ке се навратам повторно на примерот со Малта. Исто така ми ги спомнавте и Италија и Шпанија како успешни примери. Може ли да кажете во која индустрија би требало Македонија да се фокусира кога станува збор за иновации и технологија?
It's a very hard question, so I don't think that I know the answer. What I know that you always have to look on your competencies and on your abilities, and connected to your competencies and connected to your abilities, you can do, and also connected to your own smart specialization strategy, which is supported by the state. Maybe you can find a niche you can work very efficiently. And in some cases, it can be also an advantage that you are not part of the European Union, because maybe in some cases, for example, the European regulation is already strong, and it doesn't support the experimenting. So, for example, we have had an urban air mobility project, so drone project, last mile delivery, so cargo delivery by drones. And we have had different countries involved, and there were two non-EU member countries also involved, because the piloting and the experimenting in their regulation was much more easier than in the European countries. So it can be, in some cases, also an advantage that you are not EU members.
Дали сте запознати со податокот дека Македонија многу малку пари инвестира во наука и во иновации севкупно, и дека универзитетите во земјава се посветени исклучиво на образование и многу малку на наука?
No, I was not aware. However, we can see that the money spent on the innovation and the innovation success is not one-to-one to translate. So if you are having a good topic and a good niche, and you are maybe investing just very targeted, not so much money, you can be successful as well. So of course, I hope that this funding in North Macedonia will increase, and we are working on that, this amount in the European budget should be also increased. But we see that not the countries who are spending the most are the most successful. So it's not just a money question.
Кога зборуваме веќе за пари, велите не е се во парите, меѓутоа кога веќе ги спомнавме и кога се смека и сумите, може да ни кажете колку изнесува европскиот просек што се издвојува за иновации и технолошки развој, бидејќи во Македонија тој процент е помало од 1%, речи помал впрочем од 0,50% од бруто домашниот производ.
Just to give you an international comparison, in our benchmarks, so the European Union is using 2.3%, the US is using 3.2%, and Japan is using 3.5%. So it's mostly around 3%, but the European Union is also below that, so we are using now 3.3 on the European level. 2.3, sorry, 2.3.
Дали ова ваша прва посета на Македонија и дали сте имале прилика досега да посетите некоја од истражувачките лаборатории во земјава, имајќи на ум дека опремата е многу дотраена, дека стара повеќе од 10 години, дека и треба обнова?
I was not aware. It's my first visit in North Macedonia, so I hope that this situation can change. The main, in some of the countries, what we see, that after there was a change in the industry, so big industry was downsized, so the big industry research capacities also disappeared. And of course, for small companies, it's a very different way to innovate. And small companies maybe can be more flexible and can be very smart, but they are not having the same background. And it could be also one of the points where EIT can help, because we are happy to open you also the European community just for experiments or to work together with other European institutions. Last week we have had also an event here in North Macedonia which was called InfraBooster, and the target is that in the Western Balkan we should open also the research capacities for smaller companies just to be able to invent.
Пред малку спомнавте дека производите што треба да бидат создадени преку системот на иновации и технолошки развој треба да бидат едноставни, дека тука се крие тајната на успехот. Македонија, една од предностите на кои треба да се фокусира е производството на паметна технологија во земјоделството и производството на храна. Што е кога станува збор за секторот кој вие го представувате во Европскиот институт, урбаната мобилност?
I would be very happy to have innovations from North Macedonia for urban mobility. And as I said, maybe it doesn't have to be very complicated. It doesn't have to be very sophisticated research. Because you are having products where you are just changing the business model. Everybody knows Booking.com. So you are not doing anything new. You are just connecting all the travelers and all the hotels. So that kind of innovations, that kind of business model innovations are possible for everybody, which is also happening in the sharing economy, in the European transportation, which is happening also on different fields.
Господине Хуба, ви благодарам многу за интервјуто за утринската на телма.
Thank you very much.